Same old story. VGK tentative shooting the puck, failing to execute. Where is this new shoot more, shoot first offense? Bruce Cassidy said that the team shoots the puck frequently in practice, but it seldom translates into higher volume shots in games. The Golden Knights fall into Colorado on Friday 4-2. We're going to be recapping that game and much, much more on this Marner Monday edition of Lockdown Golden Knights.
Your Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone, from Las Vegas, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. You could find us wherever you get your podcast. I'm a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. And Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports, and also the host of the new Hockey News Collectibles show, starring the one and only Chris Golick. Ahead on today's show, we're going to be talking about Jack Eichel, the number one star for the month of October in the National Hockey League. And also ahead, of course, Mitch Marner, per my recommendation, moved back to the top of the power play unit. You can now catch us each and every day on Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Tune in at 1 o'clock each day, Monday through Friday. Thanks so much to all the folks out there that are tuning in and some great comments. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. SSSEN, YouTube TV, or Cox Cable Channel 77. Unlike ESPN, SSSEN is still around on the YouTube TV channel. This episode today brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app today and make sure that you get your tickets for any event, especially the National Hockey League. So, Chris, VGK wakes up on a Monday morning in second place in the Pacific Division on this first Monday of November, replaced by 7-3-1 Anaheim. So no matter how well VGK starts, the division already is starting to look different as we start the month of November.
For sure. And I did feel that Anaheim would be a fringe playoff team, depending on how things shook out. They could be a dangerous team as far as personnel decisions. But this Mark Stone injury is lingering, and it's causing an incredible trickle down throughout this VGK lineup right now.
And it's the first time since 2021 that the Anaheim Ducks are in first place in the Pacific. So maybe times are changing. Let's talk about Friday's game. Just 23 shots on net for VGK, and only, according to the numbers I saw, just 5 high danger chances. Bruce Cassidy, as has been the case throughout his tenure here in Las Vegas, has a lot of concern about this team as they go back to being tentative in shooting the puck. Just shoot it. And they're in the bottom third, Chris, in high danger chances this season. And Cassidy says, hey, we practice high volume shooting, but it doesn't translate into success in games.
So number one, I got when you look at when you sort it by all circumstances, not just 5-on-5, it was VGK 9 to Colorado's 8 high danger chances. Good job on the defensive side, keeping it in the single digits. Not good enough on the offensive side, not getting in the double digits, even low teens. I love the high danger opportunity stat that you brought up. I want to take a deeper dive in that at some point, but. Yeah, I mean, listen, the skill is there for this team not to shoot as much, and that was something that I did not buy into from the start of training camp about shooting more, shooting early, shooting often. I did not buy into that theory, and
so there's no change. So there's no change?
Well, I don't think it's not necessary is what I'm saying. This is a transition team. This isn't a cycle team. This is not a cycle team, even with Mitch Marner's great puck possession and Jack Eichel. It's not a puck possession team that's going to cycle, shoot, rebound, low to high, rinse and repeat. That's not the character of this team. The character of this team is starting from the breakout behind the net, getting that puck down the ice in a matter of moments, and executing, a high danger 2-on-1, 3-on-2 type of opportunity.
In Sunday's presser, Bruce Cassidy talked about the team's lack of urgency, particularly early in games. And he said there could have been a lag on Friday due to travel. And the annual, you'll love this one, Chris.
Willie walked him down the path on that one.
We need more practice. We need more practice.
Willie walked him right down that path.
Albeit they do need more practice, but he said especially on the power play.
I mean, listen, looking at, and we'll dive deeper into Jack and Mitch, but you look at the Calgary Flames game, that's when Mark Stone goes down. Since Mark Stone went down, you have only 4 points for Jack Eichel, 3 of which came in the game against Carolina. Since Mark Stone went down, Mitch Marner has done a little bit better. He still has 4 points, but he did have 2 games where he didn't have any points, the Florida and Tampa game. And the power play has mightily struggled since Stone has gone down. So that's a big piece of all this right now.
So VGK in the game on Friday, out of sync from the jump, when Martin Necas scores a goal. We previewed everything about Necas on Friday's show, so made us look good. 41 seconds, however, into the game.
Cassidy was pissed.
A missed assignment by, was it Alex Holtz? I think it was Holtz. And what about the Brock Nelson goal on the breakaway that made it 2-0? Ben Hutton gives the puck away, but William Karlsson just does not chase after Brock Nelson.
So a couple things. Number one, Cassidy said they talked about the right stick to right shot pass leading up to the game.
Shot pass makes an appearance. Did you say
that was an assignment that Coach Cassidy reviewed with the team, and they gave it up 40 seconds into the game. Not a good look. I do want to talk a little bit about this Brock Nelson goal that you brought up here. Let me go ahead and bring up the screen visualizer coming for those of you on audio, but I will make sure I spell out exactly what you are looking at right now. All right, so that's big.
They're not looking at anything. You're looking at it, but go ahead.
So this is the second goal right here, the second Avalanche goal. So you got the puck around the net right here. Here we go. Now we're in motion. Nice job by Holtz to disrupt and get the puck. This is good. Good structure. Here goes the puck up the boards to Barbashev, to Hutton. And this is where it's going to go downhill. William Karlsson is sitting at the blue line. He is aware of number 92 for the Avalanche about to come out of the box. Karlsson is on the right point. Ben Hutton is on the left point. Ben Hutton has 2 dynamite options right now. He can go back to Holtz, who is uncovered on the half board, or you got a ton of traffic in front of the net. Riley Smith is hanging out there. You could put the puck on the net, shoot for a stick, hope for good things to happen. Ben Hutton's going to slide the puck across the blue line. The problem is, as Ben Hutton starts sliding the puck, William Karlsson is mindful of the player coming out of the box. William Karlsson releases to the center ice logo, and now you have Brock Nelson between Hutton and Karlsson with 92. Who's 92? Is that? I don't know. Who cares? With 92 about to coming out of the box. So now William Karlsson is flat-footed, stuck in no man's land. Brock Nelson has a cookie here right down Broadway. So the point that I want to make on this entire circumstance here, there we are, we're back. The point I want to make on this entire circumstance here is that
William Karlsson quit on the play.
No, William Karlsson shouldn't be out there in that circumstance. You have to have 2 defenders on your second power play units. Most teams will roll 1 or 0 defenders on the top power play unit. And then you get your 2 defenders out there on the second power play unit because of that moment right there. William Karlsson is an excellent defensive specialist. You won't even argue that, Tony, and not in that play. But point being is, if Karlsson is out there on the point getting ready to play the elbow or play a quarterbacking position, the play is absolutely doomed at that point.
He was absolutely lost. That's Landeskog, by the way. They're number 92. And the Carl Lindbaum situation, he gets the start. People were surprised.
Good game.
I said on Friday's show, it's going to be Lindbaum.
We both said it would be a good idea to possibly consider it, I think. But yes.
Right. And then he gets a start, and he played okay. But again, no run support, no goal support for poor Carl Lindbaum, now 0-2.
Gave the team a chance to win. That's it. Gave the team a chance to win.
Coming up next, Jack Eichel is the top NHL player in the month of October. We'll talk about it next. We'll tell you more after this on Locked On Golden Knights. The NBA is so back. So last night, the Laker total 233 and a hook. They scored 250 points.
That's it.
There's
Quarter of
no
a century.
There's no better place to get into the action than at FanDuel. Boy, these numbers are going to be in the 250s, 260s before long. And there's no better place to get into the action than at FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of the game, the opening tip-off, you might want to ride the hot hand, and FanDuel has bets on everything as far as who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine all of your live bets in same-game parlays, and you can get even a bigger payoff. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team is making a late push. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com. You can sign up. You can play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Most people cannot name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, whether it's properties they have or investments and investments on NBA games. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving a lot of scratchola on the table. You could leave a lot of cash on the table. And that is why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal financial tool. It brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface. And you could do it on your laptop or on your phone. And it's built for people that are very busy, have very busy lives. And if you're organizing, you need to put your finances first. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you, and you can link all your accounts in just a matter of minutes. You can get your clear visuals. You can get your smart categorization and get all your spending in one place. And you'll finally feel that you're in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. So don't forget, you can check it out right now. You can maximize investments, all of that. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL at monarchmoney.com, and you can do it in your browser for all of the information, and you'll receive half off of the first year. 50% off of the first year at monarchmoney.com. That's monarchmoney.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. Raiders game yesterday, so I'm casually doing my report, right, for Infinity Sports Network, formerly CBS, and we do the in-game reports and saying what's going on, and Cam Little lines up and boots an NFL record 68-yard field goal while I was on the air, which is kind of crazy because you hear all these guys, there's a little bit of lag time. They're watching the game. They have multiple screens, and the kick is good. And they're like, what? You hear all these guys in the studio going bananas. But that was a lot of fun. Not fun. Raiders losing. They went for 2, which they should have. You don't want
Not fun is going to a Raiders game and having to stay for overtime.
No, the game, the second half was actually a ton of fun.
It was entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching it.
Congratulations to Jack Eichel, the NHL's first star of the month for the month of October. In 11 games, Eichel with 19 points, including 8 goals. Ever since he signed his 8-year extension, we're starting to see Jack take his game up to a different level.
It's nice when a superstar gets the bag and they're motivated to earn the bag, and sometimes it goes the opposite way with not just hockey players, but sports in general. I mean, there's a million positive things to say about Jack Eichel, and I think I'll start with the fact that Mitch Marner was brought in. Mitch Marner stole some of that spotlight. Mitch Marner was hooting and hollering upstairs at City National the day he got signed, parading the family around and everything, just doing the PR stuff. Like, we're not knocking Mitch Marner or anything like that. And Jack Eichel's, hey, I'm still here, insert John Travolta meme here, where he's looking around in the room, I'm still here, guys. And it's still Jack Eichel's team. Yes, Mark Stone is the captain. Yes, Mitch Marner is the shiny new toy, but this is Jack Eichel's team, and it's going to be like that until Eichel is no longer a Golden Knight, which is likely going to be a very, very long time from now. And we're seeing his game continue to grow and develop. 49.5% in the face-off circle. So unfortunately, we're back to reality there. But otherwise, it's all great things for Jack.
Get to the big 5-0. 6 multi-point games. Marner leads the league with 7. That's surprising. Eichel with points in 8 of 11 games, and Eichel career to date up to the moment, 627 games, 627 points.
Those are some pretty solid metrics right there. And yeah, I mean, listen, we're watching the evolution of the superstar. I would argue that Eichel was not a superstar when he came to Vegas. He had superstar qualities and superstar traits, but you didn't necessarily see the consistency. And it's not just about the work on the ice, but it's about the locker room. It's about the leadership. And I mean, Jack Eichel has captain qualities in him, and you do wonder, depending on how Mark Stone's contract plays out and everything, if Eichel is likely. I mean, it has to be. Eichel has to be the next captain of this team. There's not a doubt in my mind that's going to be the path, unless Stone winds up playing for another 5-6 years in Vegas, which the way things play out, you never know. So, yeah, I mean, there's a million good things to say about Jack, and I think I'll start with where would this team be without Jack Eichel right now, the way things have gone this year.
Yeah, and for Eichel, again, he's got to get past some of that pass-first mentality. We know that. He's been huge on the power play. They were really clicking with Mark Stone. We'll talk more about that in the third segment, but 9 power play points, 2 game winners this season. And you asked the question last week, the big question, and you dropped the sustainable line on us. Is this sustainable? Yeah, that's the biggest question, right? Like, how much further can they go, like leaning on a Jack Eichel? And now Marner, I said on Friday's show again that I felt that Marner would wind up with more points on the season because he's a point collector. He really is when you look at Mitch Marner.
Let's see, 82 times 1.72. Eichel's on pace for 140 points. Is that sustainable?
He's cooled off.
He's without Mark Stone. He's cooled off, and Mark Stone is not, slated to come back anytime soon, unfortunately. So, that's going to be a concern right there. Mitch Marner has not cooled off necessarily. He's had a couple multi-point games in Stone's absence. So we'll see how that entire situation plays out. But is 140 points sustainable? I don't think so. Has the goalpost been moved to the 110 to 115 point range? I think so. I think that's a very fair number for Jack to look at. And if he finishes with 97 points in 82 games, so be it. If he gets 105, 106, all the better. And gets 210 points, all of a sudden we're talking about a lot of hardware that he'll be considered for.
Okay, so the omelet guy, he calls Mitch Marner the decoy man. Like the most expensive
omelet guy.
Yeah, the guy that makes my omelets, for crying out loud. Omelet guy.
So this is really not fictitious. Okay, fair enough.
No, no, this is
you have an omelet maker? You have your own chef, Tony?
No, I have someone. I go to a restaurant and he makes omelets, the best in the city. So in any event,
he won't see a restaurant because Tony doesn't want any paparazzi.
I know paparazzi for sure, but would you say that Marner is a pretty expensive decoy? He's a great decoy, I think.
Decoy? He's got 14 points in 11 games. That's not a decoy. A decoy is when you have your star running back and it's 4th and 1. You need a first down to finish the game out. And you, instead of giving it to a Christian McCaffrey, you dump it off to Urasai, whatever that guy's name is, or some random player. We've seen that. Or you have Walter Payton on your team and you hand it off to a William the Refrigerator Perry instead. That's a decoy.
Okay. Coming up next, it is Marner Monday.
The dumbest thing. Why did Mike Ditka do that? Walter Payton needed to have a Super Bowl touchdown. Anyway.
Speaking of the world's most expensive decoy,
see,
it's Marner Monday, and Mitchie is moved back to the top line on the power play. What took VGK so long? I've been begging for this. More ahead on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights. Hockey season is officially here, and nothing beats being in the arena for those big games. But let's get real. You get tickets, you're looking for tickets. It could become a big headache between waiting in a queue, which absolutely stinks, surprise fees, and prices that jump right before your checkout. It's so easy to get frustrated when all you want to do is cheer on your Vegas Golden Knights. And that's where Gametime comes in, and the application gives the fans the advantage. So it's your ultimate life hack and you can score amazing NHL tickets fast, easy, and stress-free. Yep, I have mine in my queue, of course, for the Mitch Marner game against Toronto, January the 15th, closing in on that.
Yeah.
And of course, you can see exactly what your view looks like. I like that. That's pretty cool. Before you buy the tickets, check that out. They've got these zone deals, which are great. They're a game changer. As you pick the section, Gametime picks your seats, and you save big. And you can even find NHL tickets for under $25. There's a lot of value there on Gametime. So take the guesswork out of buying NHL tickets today with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account. Use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL, $20 off of your first purchase. That's right, terms apply. And use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Golick, I'm sure you can tell I'm feeling much better than last week, man. I was dragging through a couple of episodes, but we are back. We are so back. Thanks so much for tuning in. Every time I say 2 words, I get shout outs on Twitter. So we'd like to thank our everydayers.
Yeah.
And then the other word that I use is sometimes I say rigged. I do say the word. And we do have folks that count the number of times that I say rigged, which is so funny. It is Marner Monday. Mitch Marner potting his 3rd goal of the season on Friday. He's up to 14 points through 11 games. He's a +8, Chris. And we are starting to see the decoy guy, Marner, at his best. He looks more comfortable right now than he has since the start of the season. I think he's starting to get into a rhythm. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, Marner, like just going back to the before I go, wearing my Misfits hat here. This is our new hockey tournament club that we have here, and had a fun tournament over the weekend, and very proud of how hard you guys are working, and it's starting to come together. It's going to take time, but so proud and thankful. We do have an Instagram, Vegas Misfits Hockey, if anyone wants to take a sneak peek at what we're doing.
Fun.
But anyway, going back to the hockey side here, Marner, I mean, his creativity with the puck, this is something that I've never seen on this Golden Knights team, and really in the National Hockey League. There's no panic in his game, whether it's on the power play, whether it is in 5-on-5 circumstances. He just has no panic. He can have 2 or 3 sticks right on top of him, and he'll find a way to advance the puck, whether it's a tape-to-tape clean pass, whether it's just not coughing it up and getting the puck deep so the wingers can grind and go to work.
Marner was put back on the top of the power play unit, QB1 once again. But even Bruce Cassidy knows that William Karlsson's not the answer to take Mark Stone's place. What will they do there? That's a big question mark right now.
So since Mark Stone went down in the October 18th game against
2 of 15, I think it's 2 of 15.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now, and it's ugly.
Yeah.
And now, to be fair, it's the last 2 games they had power play goals, so maybe something is starting to go the right direction.
Well, they had 6 stinking opportunities against Colorado.
Good there. Okay, and that's a good thing. There was a concern last year that this team was not
tripping over
penalties.
Sticks again intentionally. Come on.
Say that again.
I said they're tripping over sticks intentionally. No.
Okay, fine. Draw those penalties. Part of the game. So yeah, limited power play opportunities was an area of concern for the 24-25 Vegas Golden Knights. We highlighted that in one of our many offseason shows, and 6 power play opportunities in one game. That's certainly never a bad thing, and you'll find a way to get there. But Mark Stone's absence has been a crusher. Coach Cassidy talked about Marner being moved around, playing in a spot he is not used to, a spot Marner is not used to. Is Mark Stone the reason this power play has been clicking, or is it Mitch Marner on top? And don't say both. Without one, I think Mark Stone is of greater importance than Mitch Marner.
Yeah, he is, but they can't fill that void, and it wasn't Marner. You could see that. We talked about that on Friday's show. It was not Mitch Marner to take that spot. It is not William Karlsson. So who? So who will it be?
It needs to be a strong righty on the
guy.
puck.
Strong
number
on the puck.
one, because you saw the hurdle goal was very reminiscent of a power play goal that Mark Stone has converted many times, where
Agreed.
he gets the puck on the goal line and just bull rushes the net and literally shoves the goalie's pad right into the net and gets a goal. So you maybe don't replicate Mark Stone. You don't find another righty stick to put on that side, but instead you attack the left side of the ice and you let Hurdle take on that role, whether it's the bumper position, because that's where you're going to slide out to. So maybe instead of trying to replace Mark Stone, I mean, what do you put Alex Holtz out there in that spot? No, the answer is no. Barbashev's a lefty. That's not going to work. Other righties that can do that, I can't think of anyone on the team that would take that role there.
They need someone. They desperately need someone there. And it just sounds.
You just got to mirror it. You have to mirror it and put it on the other side of the ice and attack the right side.
Did you hear how resistant Bruce Cassidy was in moving that power play to the other side of the ice? He seemed resistant when they asked him on Sunday. So
you got a great left stick in Dorofeyev. Why not? And, again, just thinking ahead here, people are going to attack Dorofeyev when he is winding up from the right circle. Dorofeyev is also smart enough to know that and read that. And then that's where you look for that extra pass to Hurdle, who can perform that bull rush play to the nets. You get the left elbow coming in. You get the quarterback even chipping in a little bit. That's where the opportunities could come from. So don't replace Mark Stone dollar for dollar or player for player.
Have to
replace the strategy of Mark Stone from the right side of the ice.
Absolutely. And as Cassidy mentioned Sunday too, Colorado overplaying Pavel Dorofeyev. So teams are going to be overplaying him a lot. And there could be shooting lanes that develop for Marner, for Eichel, for Hurdle there in the bumper. And very quickly, talk about the Marner goal from the odd angle there that went off of Brett Burns.
Those are my favorite shots right there. You shoot from these weird angles. It was more of a pass than anything, I think. But you never know what's going to happen. You put the puck into, again, this is for all the hockey teams that I coach now, but you put the puck into the money zone. That's the area right in front of the crease. That's where all the goals happen from. Bounces happen. You shoot for sticks. You shoot for deflections. You get a big body in there to clean up the chain, whatever it might be. And we've talked about direct shots on net from these odd angles. That's something that we really haven't seen a lot of that. Now that I think about it, we haven't seen a lot of these weird odd angle shots just kind of creeping in.
Just throw it on net. That's it.
Yeah.
For the decoy man, Chris Golick. No, you're not the decoy man. I'm Tony Cardasco. We appreciate you tuning in, especially our FPKers. I'm good. I saw you were going.
I didn't.
We appreciate you tuning in tomorrow, the preview VGK Detroit. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights.